All right, man. King Los versus Head Ice, Rare Breed Entertainment, RBE. You know what I'm saying? I have to say I was wrong. Okay, I didn't want to see that shit at first, but I was wrong. I mean, let's talk about it. All right. So look, man. When I first heard about the matchup, King Los versus Head Ice, I was like, man, nobody wants to see this shit. Nobody wants to hear this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, King Los versus Head Ice? I don't want to see that shit.
But I will have to say this. With that being said, man, I was surprised about the dynamic of the matchup. I was surprised, you know what I'm saying? And it was a very interesting dynamic, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not even gonna bullshit around. I'm gonna give you my winner of the match. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you my winner of the match. And that's just my personal opinion. And then I'm going to go into the details. You know what I'm saying? All right, look. So I'm going to just say this. Real shit. Unbiasedly. You know what I'm saying? Being unbiased about it. The winner of the match, King Los, 2-1. You know what I'm saying? I give the first round. I get a first round to Head Ice. You know what I'm saying? And the last two, I get a King Los. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's get into the specifics of the yada da saying. You feel me? Now look, Los. Okay, so when the match opened up, I was thrown off a little bit. I'm gonna tell you why, right? Because Los was not making eye contact with Head Ice, right? And I'm like, that's a bad mistake, you know what I'm saying? Because see, Head Ice, he has that presence where he can just lightweight bully you. And if you just look off the size of each opponent, you know what I'm saying? He's way more massive. It takes up way more of the stage and real estate than King Los does. Head Ice just takes up way more room, you know what I'm saying? That area, that area, that ambiance, that presence, that aura is huge. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really take into account of how important that is as a battle rapper. Your persona does take an accountability. You know what I'm saying? Your persona, like what you bring to the stage, does have an effect. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I'm seeing the difference because King Los is not a threatening dude. He's really small. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, that's lightweight lit. Okay. So the fact that King Los wasn't making a lot of eye contact and he was wasting his first verse, kind of talking to Daylight, making a lot of Daylight references, I was like, I don't know.
Daylight, yo man, miserable. Niggas be dick riding for celebrity. That's nothing I would chase. I'm up here trying to bring light to integrity because that's something I embrace. Daylight got niggas thinking he from another planet, but with that chump, it's not the case. Even though we literally did watch his craft crash and now he running out of space.
And plus, Head Ice, that nigga first round was fire. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was fire. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the king. I said I already got 2 plaques. Talk to me nice. Right. After one more description, they had to send a screenshot. I said, this ain't the type of nigga to make the ring pop. He a ring pop.
So I edged that to Head Ice slightly. But I get why King Los did not make eye contact with him. Because Head Ice is so strong with his presence, that would have threw him off. He would have stumbled. He would have fumbled. I got it. That was actually a very, very smart move on the part of King Los. Real shit. So he was using some mental and some smarts about his battle. And I have to give him credit for that. That's what kind of counts into why I gave him the win. Because he was smart. Okay? Now let's get into the second round.
Universal motor for. Maybe I'm disconnected, but baby, I'm disrespected to my royal core. I mean, I'm like a lion that hunt raw flesh, whose metaphors more or less can make the floor stretch into a vortex that opens out into a portal door.
It was all right. It was all right. It could be debatable, but the reason why I gave him the second round is because I listened to the third round, so I had to go back. So basically, he was setting it up. He was setting it up to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? He was starting to talk to him in a second, giving him some facts about what he's contributed to the game. You know what I'm saying? To the game of battle rap. He was setting them up. You know what I'm saying? I was peeping at, but it doesn't make sense until you go back. You have to listen to the third and then be like, oh, the second round makes sense. So that second round, I edged to King Los because I had to watch the entire battle. At first, it was a debatable for the second, but after you watch the third, the second clearly goes to King Los because it was a setup for the third.
I grab Los by the collar during the robbery and make him up it faster. String him along, he can't speak until I make him puppet master.
Now, in the third, he completely took him in way too many different angles. He got metaphysical with him. He got conscious with him. He got lyrical with him. So the reason why I gave King Los the battle, why I edged it to him, is because lyrically speaking, not who you like. I like Head Ice as a street nigga. I like him as a street nigga. I mean, who wouldn't? You know what I'm saying? So I like him as a street nigga. But see, what I do, I take all that away and I go off straight bars. Bar for bar, though. Bar for bar, you couldn't see King Los, and we knew that shit going in. But I will say this, man, that was a classic. That was a classic. Just based off of the dynamics were too different. I think at first I thought the setup in the matchup was a very safe bet because no matter which, like it can go either way. If you like lyrics and bars, you're gonna edge it to King Los. You know what I'm saying? If you like street shit, gun talk, you know what I'm saying, bully movement, pocket taps, you like that type of shit, you're going to edge that shit to Head Ice. But honestly, it was a very, very well-balanced match, even though those are two different styles. I really, thoroughly enjoyed that shit. Enjoyed that shit for real, you know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I mean, I'm finna get the fuck up out of here until my next analyzation of a battle rap or my next analyzation of the game, man. Just stay tuned, stay checking for your boy, man. Hit that subscribe button. Stop playing with yourself, man. The realest analyst in hip-hop on the motherfucking tube right now. You already know what the deal is, nigga.